we had that time, it'd take me out of there. It'd take me out of prison. It was something that I enjoyed because, as I was saying, it took me out of there. At the time that I was doing these frames, it was that time to get away from there. So I was looking forward to it. It was some time that I wanted, that I needed to get out of there. So I'd go back into my cell and do it. We'd have little blades that we use. They give us those every week, once a week. They'd give us a razor, and so we'd sneak in, and that's what we used. The cellophane was used, of course, for the frames that we used to make. This is one here. It would give it a shine and even a waterproof in case you would be smoking. We had picture frames, we had even baby shoes, jewelry boxes, even like a purse, wallets. We'd either send it home or just keep it there for ourselves, just to make the cell look look nice. This is something that was done here in Santa Fe in this prison system, because after the prison riot in 1980 that we had, I went out to other prisons that they took me. I saw that this was something that it wasn't done. It was something that pretty much is here in Santa Fe. As we were making them, and the prisoners that weren't from New Mexico, they'd see us doing that, and they would like to do it también. So it was a thing that we were teaching. So you'd get to make all the pieces first before you make the actual piece that you were making. So once you have them, it's a matter of putting them together. And that's one piece, and you would just keep doing the same thing with every piece. Yeah, you took a lot of guys that used to smoke, save those packs so that I could make whatever piece I was making. It was time consuming, and of course we'd make them on the free time that we had. We'd have our free time in our cell, which was like maybe 3 hours out of the day. So that's when I get the time to do it. It was an escape, yes. We used a lot of the cigarette packs, but it doesn't necessarily have to be those cigarette packs. We could use papers from magazines, any paper that we could get. And now, I'm gonna show you how it's done with magazine material. And you'd have to make all your pieces that you need. So that's one piece. Then to make them, when you have all your pieces, then you start building your frame. It takes patience. That's one thing that that you have to have. There we go. Now we're making the corner here. We had no desk. It was just on my bed that we had to make anything that we had. All we had in our cell was our bed, and that was it. Anything that you were doing, it was in your bed. See how that now changes the direction of it? Because all you had in prison was you were allowed to have 2 shirts, 2 pair of pants, socks, and that was it. You had to wear that a whole week. You had a little sink inside your cell, and you could do your own washing on the little sink that you had, and just hang it right there in your cell on the bars that you had. And if you wanted that, if not, you'd have to wait. The food was, the changing of that came after the prison riot that we had in 1980. That brought a lot of changing.
Better food.
And better food and better everything that you could have or do. There we go. So that's making the corner. Okay. Nails, something that you needed. This is bringing me into a lot of memories. Well, just memories of when I was there doing it and knowing it gave me time to think that I wasn't there. I was out of there. I wasn't in prison. I was somewhere out of there. So it was something to look forward to, because it was time that you had free. You had that. You look forward to that time, because it was time that you had that would set you free from there. And so you look forward to it. You look forward to it. And once you had the piece done, wow, cool, you had it done. You'd show them, look what I'm doing, look what I have. And okay, now we're going to be making the final part, which will take one more. I hadn't made these things for a long time, but it's coming back. And this is one piece, and you have to make 2, so you have a picture frame. Then the bottom part, you'd have to make another one and connect it with the thread and the needle. Actually, you didn't have a needle in there. We'd make our own needle. So we'd have to get a magazine or a book. It has a little staple there. So out of this, you make your little needle. Wow. And you have a little needle. And then the thread, we'd get thread from your pillowcase or the sheet. You tear that apart too to get the thread. Use that. You'd have to make things with the things that you had. You'd have to make them. Here we have the thread, and little by little, That's for to you. It took a lot of time and patience to do it, but that's you have to survive. And that hooks up there, and you do that going through it all the way around. It helps you. It helps you pass your time. It sure does. And you just do one side so that you can have your picture holding. And it takes time. It takes time. I'm doing 34 to 170 years, so that gives me plenty of time. Once you thread it and put it together, it stiffens it. This was done already with a thread. See how this is wobbly like that? But once you thread it, it stiffens it. This one is made out of the cigarette pack, the Camel, and it's a double that you put the cross made first and then you thread it, put it together. This frame here, it took me about 2 months. I send it out. Once you made something and you wanted to send it out, you had to get a permission slip and fill that up. And of course, you needed some money, which was also something hard to get. You were given, what was it, 50 cents an hour, and that's how much you made. If you wanted to buy your little things that you could get, like your soap, toothpaste, little things that you needed. I sent this to my wife. This was taken in prison, this photo here. This one here was at home. These are my two daughters, Antonia and Carla. Antonia and Carla. That's Santo Niño. It's a saint of the family. You have that in your heart, the remembrance.